Hi, welcome to a special edition of Education Matters. This is part of our series of dialogue with eighth graders. With me in this episode are four eighth graders from Ocean County. We'll be talking about their experience in school during the pandemic and about education in general and some of their future plans. So I'm looking forward to hear what the students have to say. So we've been doing this for a few years. Actually, we're doing this virtually, so it's been a different year. Your seventh and eighth grade year has been a little bit different than most seventh and eighth graders. You had to experience the pandemic. You had to maybe have virtual learning at certain times, practice social distancing. What did you learn about yourself? What were the challenges? So we will start with Emma.
Hi, my name is Emma Mealy, and I'm currently an eighth grader attending the Point Pleasant Borough Memorial Middle School. Probably the most difficult adjustment I've experienced is the time span of school. During COVID, you would wake up usually 5 minutes before school started and turn on your computer. You would continue to log on and work from the comfort of your home. Since our school has adapted to normal school again, it has definitely been hard getting back into the school morning routine. I feel as though my fellow classmates, including myself, have been very physically and emotionally drained, and this sometimes can be portrayed at school. Most students participate in school sports or sports outside of school, and if not, extracurricular activities fill up the day. It can be hard juggling all of these responsibilities and still devoting time to school. And the most positive lesson I've learned through the past year would probably have been the quote that I always keep in the back of my brain, and that's the Winnie the Pooh quote that's kind of famous. And that quote is, "You're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think." I think all of these points can be used throughout your life and student life.
Okay, I love that quote myself. Isn't that Winnie the Pooh?
Yes.
Great philosopher. Peyton, what about you?
Hi, my name's Peyton Brown. I'm an eighth grader at Kristen McAuliffe Middle School in Jackson. I think one of the hardest changes from COVID was one being remote last year because I was in the full remote section. So coming back to school this year, it was definitely hard to stay motivated because last year you could still be in school, but you were in the comfort of your own home and could just be relaxing in your pajamas, where this year it's you have to have your morning routine, you need to be at school and need to be focusing and ready for ready for class and everything.
It is a change. And I think both of you were kind of talking about you have to get up earlier too. Avi, what about you?
Hi, I'm Avi Noble. I'm an eighth grader at Getz Middle School. So the biggest challenge that I found during the pandemic was having to stay in your house all day and not being able to go out. Normally you're in the hallways, you're talking with friends, you're able to socialize, but staying in your house all day and basically not talking to any friends and not socializing, it's really hard. And then you get off your call and then you're still in your house and you kind of just get into a routine of sitting in your house all day. And it just kind of was very unmotivational, and I definitely didn't like it.
Okay, and just to follow up, your school's in Jackson, right?
Yeah, I'm in Jackson.
Yeah. Okay, Presley, what about you?
I am Presley. I'm an eighth grader at Lavallette Elementary School in Lavallette, New Jersey. And last year, it was definitely a challenge. We were one of many little schools in New Jersey that were able to go full-time the whole year back to school. It is a very small school, but I think limited activities, having a class of 16 students, there's not so many friendships, I guess. You're kind of also close, but expanding to other classes and talking, you were kind of limited. So I think that was one of the biggest struggles last year. But I think learning from this, I think that even with such a hard time, you can overcome anything.
That's a great lesson for life, really is. We talk about how you had to adjust as students. So did the adults, including your teachers. Was there any staff member, doesn't have to be a teacher or any staff member that kind of made your educational experience much better and helped you as a student? Emma, we'll start with you again.
Hi. So the teacher who has had the biggest impact on me and my education is Mrs. Ellen Keelan. She's currently a seventh grade English language arts teacher. I feel as if she's totally made me excel in all aspects of ELA. This includes my grammar, my essay writing, and my comprehension. In addition, she inspired me to read more and make me enjoy reading. Also, I think she played a huge role in teaching me and my peers basic skills. This can include proper grammar when conversing. Overall, I feel as if she's helped me tremendously improve me as a student and person.
Okay, Peyton, what about you?
I think that even though I've had many great teachers, one that like especially stood out was my sixth grade literacy teacher, Mr. Bradley. He not only taught me like the basics of literacy, writing essays, grammar, but he like helped get me ready for middle school and like welcome me into the middle school and helped like lockers, schedules, and just like overall like people skills.
Oh, that's great. Avi, what about you?
So the member of the school that made me get through COVID is actually not a teacher. It's the security guards at my school. So basically, what happened was I was sitting in lunch one day, just a random day in seventh grade, and they walked up to me and they noticed that I'm really good at like public speaking. So they walked up to me. They were like, "Hey, do you want to do the pledge every morning?" I was like, "Sure." So I started doing that every morning, and then this year I came in, they were like, "Do you want to continue doing it?" And this year they didn't have anyone else. So I just totally took it onto myself to be able to do the whole thing. And I actually do fun facts every day now. And it's turned into this whole big thing. So them coming up to me really changed my life and made a big impact on me being able to get through COVID.
Wow, that's interesting. I haven't heard that one before. That's great, but it does show that every adult in the building has an impact. Presley, what about you?
I'm going to say my math teacher, Mr. Oliver. He is a person that you always want to be around. He's always keeping it fun, educational, adding different resources that we can learn and try. And we have this program at school. It's like STEAM. So it's science, technology, engineer, math, and then arts. So he's always having cool projects to work on, and he's always fun. Like there's never a dull moment with him. You're always laughing with him. It's just great to be around him.
That's good. I think we do all tend to learn more when we're happier and laughing a little bit, as opposed to being miserable. I'm going to give you guys all an assignment when this video is released, and you can show it. Send it to the teacher or staff member who influenced you. I think they would be really happy to know that they made an impact. Talking about having an impact, I'm going to ask you for advice. If your principal or superintendent came up to you or anyone in charge and said, how can we make the students' lives better, the educational experience better in our school? What advice would you give them? Emma, I'm going to start. I guess I'm starting with you every time. So,
Okay. I would say more interactive learning or assignments. At least for me, I know I will actually listen.
hold on. Okay, start over because the thing. Make sure the yellow is on you. It wasn't on you for a while.
I would say more interactive learning or assignments. At least for me, I know I will actually listen and want to learn when I'm intrigued in the lessons being taught. Some ideas can be visitor/group days. High school volunteers or other classes can do a group assignment with your class. This allows for social activity and something anyone can work on with you. Overall, I feel like it starts with the teacher and the scene they set at the beginning of the year. Despite this, I feel like this idea and many others can make a class that much more enjoyable.
Great. Peyton?
Going along with what Emma said, I definitely think group work is more enjoyable. And with COVID not being able to work with your friends and having to sit at a computer screen doing all your work alone, if we could like work more in groups or even take like more like breaks as the weather gets warmer, like go outside for a few minutes to like get out some energy, get fresh air, and then come back in and refocus.
Avi?
So the one recommendation that I would tell them is to try to get more after school busing, because that's really limited what I can do after school. For example, when I want to go after and stay for band, if I have to go to stay for band practice, and then I also want to stay for literacy, and there's only 2 days a week that I can stay, I have to stay. I have to stay both days. Then when it gets really tricky is if I need to stay 3 days, then that's not really possible. So it just gets really messed up. And that would definitely help a lot of people if we had more after school busing.
Okay, very good. Presley, what about you?
I think one thing that we all like is nature, being outside, like the fresh air. And I think learning from a classroom, you kind of get bored and your mind starts to wander. So I think more places where you could work on activities. So like maybe in the classroom, you first understand what your activity is going to be, and then you could go outside and then work on it. Because I think as the weather is getting nicer, it's nice to be outside and just enjoy being outside.
Okay, and with COVID, it's always better to be outside anyway.
Yes.
So time is flying. For me, it is. I'm sure it is for you because you'll be coming to the end of this 8th grade year. You'll be going on to high school. With that comes different scenarios. What are you nervous about in going into high school? What are you excited about? And also your future. Have you thought, I want to go into medicine. I want to go into the military. I'm not sure. I want to just go to college. I'll figure it out. So it's a two-part question. One, looking forward to high school and why. And the other part is your future plans. And Emma, like I said, you're going first all the time.
To start off with what I'm looking forward to and what I'm nervous about in high school, I'm looking forward to the freedom of high school. So much trust is given in high school when it's earned, obviously, and I crave that. Also, in high school, it's filled with endless opportunities. This includes
But hold on. I think you just muted yourself accidentally.
Yeah,
Can you,
we lost her sound.
Emma, we lost your sound. Can you hear us? Just put your thumbs up. All right. Do you have another button there or something? Because it doesn't show that we all of a sudden we lost your sound. Is there another button there that you can check?
I don't
Oh,
know.
now you're back. Hold on.
All right, so just have her answer.
Start from the beginning again.
Okay. I'm looking forward to the freedom of high
No,
school.
hold on. Clap your hands next to your mic to get the picture back to you.
I'm looking forward to the freedom of high school. So much trust is given in high school, and when it's earned, I crave that. Also, in high school, it's filled with endless opportunities. This includes sports, clubs, events, and meeting new people. I'm personally excited for sports because it allows me to continue to practice a sport, but also opens new friendships and companions. I'm nervous and overwhelmed, although with the fear of being liked. I am personally more bubbly and outgoing, but I still contemplate if I'm being annoying or boring. With this being said, I think a lot of people are afraid of being different. High school is full of a diverse group of people, and that comes with challenges sometimes. And for my future, I hope to succeed in playing soccer and keeping up my grades. I also hope to be an entrepreneur. Soccer is a big part of my life. It has always been there for me when I'm happy and I'm sad. Although this is sometimes not a good habit, my grades are very important to me. My hard work and dedication to school can always mirror through my grades. Therefore, it is always a goal of mine to exceed in each and everything I do, whether that be in sports or my education. Additionally, I want to be an entrepreneur. I think I've always been showing leadership skills, and this can be shown on the soccer field and in the National Junior Honor Society, which I am joined in. An entrepreneur calls for taking charge with managing like your own business, and I feel like this role allows me to just work with new people and promote something that I'm passionate about.
Great, great. Good luck with that. Okay, Peyton, what about you?
So next year going to Jackson Liberty, I'm very excited to be able to join a bunch of clubs and try new things. Like I'm definitely going to join the soccer team, and I would like to join the student council, and if able, later in high school to be like inducted into honor society. Some things I'm nervous for are like the amount of work, because even though there is a lot in middle school, I feel like there's going to be always going to be more in like high school and moving up the next year. But I am very organized, and I think I'm pretty good at staying on top of my work. After high school, I would like to try and play professional soccer. And as a leader on the soccer field, I think it would be really cool to keep like playing soccer and play in college and possibly professional.
Great. Maybe you and Emma could play together in college. So, Avi, what about you?
So the most thing that I'm excited for in high school is definitely the freedom that you get, and all the like extra responsibilities that you can really take advantage in high school that you don't get in middle school. And also, most people may not think about this, but I'm actually excited for the lunch, because since COVID hit, the lunch in middle school has been really bad. It's actually definitely something I'm very excited for. I'm the most thing that I'm nervous for is I'm definitely nervous for the classes and the amount of work that we're gonna get, because I'm going into the STEM Academy. So I'm definitely nervous, and I keep talking to all the people up in the high school, and they all say that they went from being able to coast on their natural abilities in middle school to really being able to really have to work in high school. So I'm definitely nervous about the amount of work. In college, I would like to be something in the computer, like in the science or computer realm. I definitely like to graduate something in that, like computer science, or something in the tech realm, something in the technology realm. There's a lot of jobs for that nowadays, so that's definitely a really good option.
Great, great. And then we'll have to have your principal and superintendent know that you don't like the lunches, because the other question about what you would improve in school would have been the lunches too. We'll add that to it. Presley, what about you?
What I'm looking for in high school is, I'm coming from a small town, a very small class. So I'm looking forward to meeting new people and new opportunities in Point Pleasant Beach High School. There is like so many great activities to do, just even like elective classes that we don't tend to have at my school, like woodworking. I was really looking forward to taking that, and just some extra like classes that you could take, like AP classes, so you get college credits for that, and just even my freshman year. So that's something I'm looking forward to, and something I'm just so nervous about. I know Emma kind of touched upon it, like the sense of being like annoying or bored and people not liking me and fitting in, even though high school has so many diverse groups of people. And in my future, I hope to go to cosmetology school. Ever since I was little, I just loved playing with hair. So I think cosmetology school is something I want in my future.
Well, I think we all, even as adults, trying to fit in is always a little hard. It's always an adjustment when you get to come to a new group. But I suspect that the four of you will do pretty good. I enjoyed your answers. I think you really had some great insight. I'm actually going to share some of them with your principals and superintendents, see if they take you up on your advice for the school. So that brings us to the end of this dialogue with 8th grade students from Ocean County. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.